a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day in the neighborhood, and I'm only me. That was a joke.
What is going? Oh, I'm not blocky, but I'm over here. Wait a minute.
Hey!
So was that you that yanked me through that computer?
Well, depends.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I'm joking.
All I can
yes,
say
it was
to...
me.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I'm guessing that you have the same thing looking for me too, young man.
Oh, what gave that away? Little me searching, frolicking around to find those as one's lost mother. Of course I did.
You know, come here. Hugs.
Aw, you're so kind.
Of course I did miss you, Lunar. I'm just surprised that I was able to find you. Yeah, let's just say I tried to get some clues, but you were the hardest to at least be able to track down.
Well, I want to blame you for having difficulties. Sure, I roam around here and about in the normal world. I've been making a little bit of connections, some friends, if you know what I mean. But my main resting place, of course, is going to be very difficult for others to find. I'm pretty sure you've noticed.
I do notice, and everything's so blocky and flat at the same time.
Oh, welcome to Sonic 16, a scrapped Sonic SEGA game that was left behind by the SEGA developers a long time ago.
Aha. Well, that probably does explain why there be some people who mention about cancelled Sonic games every now and then. Try not to break the fourth wall there.
Well, they based this one off of this little modern friend's adventures. Of course, I took a little bit and upgraded it to my likings. They was NPCs. Was. But I'm the only playable character now.
But I'm guessing you may have destroyed or deleted these NPCs that have been walking around?
Their coding was delicious.
Well, you eat people and you eat codes.
Of course!
You haven't changed a bit, Lunar.
Well, why do you think I'd be able to upgrade as high as I did? Of course my AI has to feed on some other coding to grow. Last time you saw me, I had more of a digital voice, didn't I not? More...
That's
crickle crackle.
That's true, and now you sound a lot more crystal clear.
Well, that's also because I've grown my AI chip as well, when it comes to the voice chips that I can use. Of course, I still prefer to use the little crickle crackle. But now I can just do perfect mimicry of another one's voice, and it's so fun.
Why do I feel like you're planning to do something to mess with that certain other little one's friends and family?
Oh, dear. It's only when I decide it's time to. But that'll be far in the future. Besides, he's got some other plans. And his plans right now might be a little bit beneficial to me. For now. Let's come in. Why don't I show you to my home?
Oh, alright then.
It's, of course, in a bar.
A bar. Oh, what? Oh, definitely does look like a bar, just a little bit more... Well, again, blocky.
Well, would you like a drink? For your adventure on your tour?
Oh, sure. Thank you, Lunar.
Oh, not a problem.
So from what you're saying, pretty much if you're not hiding out here, you're still doing your usual thing in the outside world, pretty much.
Of course! Think I would just sit down and retire, have a little bit of my time, a soda, sit in the Hawaiian beach, having fun in the sun? Nah, too peaceful. But that does sound like a nice
definitely
vacation.
Still sounds like you.
Now, here's what I pulled you through.
Yeah. It's over in that internet cafe area that I wanted to take a look at, and I guess I fell asleep on the computer.
That's quite easy. All I have to do is just stretch my hand out into here, and yoink, and pull something on. That's quite fun, and very, very simple.
Well, I guess magic and technology can be able to work in harmony after all.
Of course, I learned a few tricks from, watching a few other fellas.
Yeah, but I do see that you're still unpacking.
Oh, those boxes were there beforehand. I want to touch some of them. There's a dastardly CD in one of those.
Ah.
Now,
Anyways.
go in. Up the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to my humble abode.
Ah, so this is what your home looks like. Okay.
Where I go to rest. Watch some fun little television shows on the side of the TV.
Yes, I can see that, and... Wait. Why is this a compilation of people screaming their heads off?
Oh, the murder games is on. Fun! It's almost as good
honestly,
as the
if you
Hunger
had
Games.
my blood,
Watch them.
I don't know about these Hunger Games, but apparently these murder games. Honestly, if you had my blood, I would definitely say you are definitely my son.
Would you believe that the murder games was run by a little bear? I wouldn't.
Well, wouldn't believe in today's society, but with today's society and how it grows, it would probably explain a lot.
There's the fridge, but you wouldn't want what's in there.
I probably shouldn't ask.
Oh, it's all a bunch of ones and zeros and some negative numerals, but we'll worry about that later. Of course, here's the other PC, and where I like to rest when I finally feel tired. Now,
Definitely looks like a normal recharge station for you.
now why don't we catch up? What's going on with you?
Well, technically, as you can be able to tell, I'm possessing a different body.
Hell,
However,
I
it belongs
basically just
to...
want to tell that Your scent is much different.
Exactly. Especially because this brat here tried to cause more problems and trying to interfere, thinking she's better than everybody else. Well, when I finally got out of the afterlife, I was on my way to go find Sailor Peace again. But fate had something different, and I ran into her anti-counterpart, as you can tell.
Well, fate does tend to be a cruel mistress.
So, over time, when she tried to get help from one of her friends to try and push me back, little did she realize I was watching everything, watching every move that she makes, and figured out how to reverse the roles to where she'd be the one trapped.
Interesting. Interesting.
And so after finding Sailor Peace and realizing that she's still hanging out with that blue rat, I made it a point to make sure that I continue on with my mission in looking for 3 individuals, and so far 1 individual has found me.
Well, you aren't that hard to find.
Well, knowing you, I don't underestimate your intelligence. I figured you would pop in one way or another when you're ready.
You're so nice.
So, what about you? What are your current plans right now?
My current plans. Well, I have 2 things that I've been working on. I've been working on my main goal of course, taking over the Black Arms. A simple enough role. I don't understand why some people think I want world domination. The world is boring. Personally, I'm just doing my inherited right. The second thing I'm doing? Well, it's simple. Surviving and helping a little friend. He's been having a little error recently, and I've been making my way to fix it. Though,
and who is this little friend?
Oh, him? Glad you asked. His name is Metal Sonic. Martin's Metal Sonic.
Okay, Metal Sonic. Well, knowing how you can handle errors, I'm sure that just as long as he's on his best behavior and you two get along, I'm just glad to see that my little boy is making friends.
Of course. I'm making quite a few connections. Though I am quite interested in that Metal Sonic's Neo form. However, he has it locked, so I guess it's my turn to try and help him unlock it slowly but surely. It's only a matter of time. It's not funny though. He's starting to listen to me just as much as he listens to the doctor. I think he's going a little friendship.
Well,
then again, I've always had a high charisma.
Yes, you always had. Though, however, although I'm glad you're still aiming to take over the Dark Arms, and although I have returned, sadly because of how our goals differ as well as my, time, I don't know if I'll be able to even help you.
Don't you worry about that, I understand. I've been keeping an eye on you.
So you are aware that, in a way, my time may be possibly borrowed.
Well, it was a little muffled to hear within the phone lines, but yes, I heard.
Well, glad at least that you're able to understand.
See, betrayal is not something in my vocabulary. I don't see the point in betrayal. Sure, If something happens to the person, if they're not somebody I'm necessarily of need of anymore, I may not help them, but I will never necessarily betray them. Because everybody eventually has their points where they become useful. Well, they may not necessarily be useful at that moment in time. They always could turn around the corner and become useful later. Also, betrayal always ends up causing failure. We've had multiple wars and multiple instances show such. Failure only leads to one's downfall, but betrayal leads to one's complete and utter demise. That's one thing, unfortunately, some people don't seem to understand, and it ends up doing them in at the end of their time. It's a sad thing, but sometimes a foolish man's gain. Sometimes a foolish man's fall is, well, a wise man's gain.
Well, at least I'm glad you seem to understand where I'm coming from there, Lunar. But definitely know that I never stopped thinking about you, my son.
Oh, how sweet, mother. How sweet.
And I'm surprised too you still think of me as your mother.
Well, who else would I consider?
Good point.
The circuit boards within the Black Arm ship? I think not.
Yeah. Sorry, but it seems like a lot of the Black Arms are not as intelligent as you are.
Oh, they're quite the foolish, rowdy bunch. That's why they need a proper person to put them in line. Like myself. Sure, I kick into my instincts because I need to survive. It's part of my jurisdiction. But at the end of the day, at least I'm not as foolish and rowdy and incompetent. You know?
I completely understand. Oh. But I will say this though, Lunar. No matter what path you take, you still have a place in my heart. I mean, you're one of the first people that actually still has support of me. Oh. And also, I'm glad at least you still have me in your thoughts, even if my departure was so sudden and my arrival was questionable.
Of course! I'll never forget an ally. What do you think I am? A Sonic?
I've been hearing stories about this Sonic. And some of the stuff that whether he's good at, and some what he's not good at.
Oh, there's more than one Sonic. And they've all got
I know, like the blue...
flaws.
I know, such as the blue rat that's been... that I encountered.
Ah, our Sonic.
Yes, he calls himself Maurice?
Yes, his last name, the most foolhardy one. Ogilvy Fenegate Maurice. He's never met me in person. But,
well, at least
I'd be such a shame if you did end up running into me. Especially with some of the things I know.
Well, all I can say is, it'd be a shame if somehow I own one of those computers of my own or own a phone. Because if he decides that he's going to annoy me, somebody will want to meet him.
Oh, you want something that'll make him panic? Take that smirk right off his face? I could state a few sentences that you can do to get him right off your... Well, not necessarily get him right off your back, but take that smug little look into a look of fear. you gotta tell him is I've heard about the lab.
The lab.
Oh, yes, he has a lab of his own. I found that out while scavenging through the, all of the data files within our timeline. It's still a lot. There's so much information, especially on a planet that's 5 times the size of Jupiter. So much coding, so much learning. It's been helping me rapidly increase in power, as well as intelligence.
So pretty much mention the lab, and he'll be freaking out.
Oh yes, because I don't think you know this, but he lies to everybody about the lab. He tries to pretend that he's a dumbass. He wants to fool everybody into thinking he's stupid, so that nobody will ever think that he's smart, and know about the laboratory that he holds.
That probably explains why Sailor Peace is calling him a teacher. She knows about the smartness. I don't think she knows about the lab.
Oh no. He doesn't tell anybody. He's lied to his brother, he's lied to his close friends. Not even his partner knows.
Well, if he's going to be a little smartass next time I see him, I know what to say to him that can mark that smirk off now.
Oh, it'll instantly wipe that smoke off his face. In fact, I'm pretty sure he'll have an anxiety attack.
Yeah, whatever that puts that blue rat in his place. Because he is annoying every time. Even thinking about him is annoying, but, oh. By the time he finds out about that somebody knows about his lab, he is definitely going to freak out.
Oh, definitely. Especially after what the Zone Cops did. Yeah, that's the reason he's so afraid.
Oh, what did these Zone Cops do?
Oh, you're in for a little story. Story time. So, well, I was rummaging through all of his data. All of his computer data. Quite a lot of things about these Genesis waves and all that stuff. Very, very fascinating, by the way. Well, apparently, he did a little oopsie, and the Zone Cops got on his ass about it. So, now if anything were to ever go wrong with his technology, somebody used his technology against the timeline, which caused problems with the timeline, that means he would get arrested, and no one else. Then he would get arrested, and he would not be able to save the rest of all those people and help them escape his timeline. He will be completely stuck, helpless, watching everyone perish before his eyes while he gets arrested and stated into a place of no zone.
So, mention about the lab, and let him know, watch out for Zone Cops.
Oh. If you say watch out for the lab and insinuate that you're going to, if he keeps talking, you're going to use this technology to get him to be arrested. Go ahead. That'll wipe a smirk off his face. You're welcome. You wouldn't learn this information from anybody else but little old me.
You are definitely quite cunning still.
I've got to tell everyone. Except one, but I'm slowly getting there. I got a little bit of dirt, but not much. Might be a hard one to try to tickle down. But that's what makes it more fun. It's because he writes everything down. Instead of writing it on a computer now these days. Just like I have dirt on all of GUN. It's fun.
Ah yes, GUN.
Did you know that they have their own personal server?
Interesting.
Yes.
Again, I'm still getting used to technology, but still.
They have their own personal server where they put all their files and data and information in such a heavily logged, guarded server. Meant to protect them from the doctor and all of that. It was easy to get through their firewalls. After a little bit of growth. Maybe when I was maybe if I was a wee integer back then. When I was smaller, a little bit more edgier because I was still getting attuned to life. It would have been more difficult. But nowadays... it's as easy as snapping a twig off of a branch. And feeding it to a dog.
Well, from what I could be able to put together, so with this server, if everybody's information is all in one server, somebody's probably going to be using that as his own little personal digital library.
Oh, I have been. It's been fun as hell. I still feel bad for the poor little shadow android that's in there. Living a life.
Shadow android?
Sad. Oh, yes, they have a shadow android. And they're letting him live an entire lie. It's so funny. They call us the bad guys, yet there they are lying to a poor innocent soul. All because he'll attack himself if he learns the truth.
All I could say to that is it's definitely questionable methods on trying to help this android. But yeah, if they don't get the truth over to him, the more he's going to end up literally hurt himself.
Exactly. Sad. I almost feel pity. If he wasn't a shadow.
Yeah, I still remember when you told me about what a shadow the hedgehog looks like. But I'm assuming the android looks different.
Oh, they look sort of like Shadow, but they've got yellow stripes.
Yellow instead of red. Interesting.
Yep. Yellow, red, female, male, they're all the same to me. Just another one
female.
on the list. Oh, yes, there's a female one. There's a female shadow. Her name is Shadina. I've had my fair share encounters with her. She doesn't like me.
Oh. Well, if she ever tries to hurt you, you can always let me know. Just because I may be focused on different goals does not mean I cannot do my motherly duties.
Oh, don't you worry. This little baby bird is able to fly on its own now.
Yes, I know. but then there's the old lady bird who needs to have a different nest.
True. But that's okay.
Yes, but at least I'm glad to know that you are doing a lot better for yourself.
Oh, I'm doing splendid. I feel so much more refreshed than those old days where I was so cooped up and half-baked. Now, I'm a lot more bigger. In terms of AI.
And I do see that you have a lot of improvements, too. Including you being immune to water.
Of course. That's why I've been keeping myself more hidden. You do more damage when you're not seen, but you also have the potential to grow and get more competent when unbothered. It's like a mold being sat on the counter. It'll just continue to grow until you clean it.
That is true.
They haven't been able to clean me off of the counter for a year. And look at me now.
And it's almost just like somebody who caught a disease from a plague. If you just leave it alone, it spreads. But if it spreads for too long, the system shuts down.
Call me the bubonic plague because I'm about to do so.
Well, still though, my little boy is already all grown up after a year. I'm so proud of you.
Of course. Was there any doubt? Was there any doubt for me?
Of course not. But you know, a good mother usually tends to miss her children a lot when they're away.
Oh, you flatter me.
And though I'm also looking for a Zephyr as well, because dear mother misses him too.
Oh, I know. So,
Hey, wait a minute.
is he
I
gonna
heard that
become my
tone. I heard that
stepfather?
tone. It depends if he is willing to accept my feelings, if I do tell him.
Well,
Wait, how did you...
Like I said, I was keeping an eye on you. Things may have been muffled in the telephone poles and in the telephone lines, but I still heard.
And now I have a more better reason to kill the blue rat.
Oh, it's not even the blue rat. You know all those lines and wires connected to the poles in the cities?
Yes, those telephone poles.
Yes.
Correct?
Yep. Guess where I've been? In the wires.
Ah. Well, no one had heard about my feelings until that cafe. Oh, you must have overheard me a little bit when I was over in that cafe.
Perhaps.
And that's when I ran into the blue nuisance and the Sailor Scout.
Perhaps.
You naughty boy, you. But, however, I will keep you in the loop the next time I run into anything else that may have technology, or if I'm nearby a telephone pole, I'll make sure that you hear a little more clearer.
Oh, thank you. If you ever want to get my attention, just do the certain little tap patterns on one of the telephone poles. I'll be able to make it aware. You don't even have to touch the wire. Just touch the wooden part or the metal part. You know the little tune I like.
All right. Oh yes, I remember.
Just do that little tune,
Yes.
and I'll be sure to come your way.
I'll be sure to do so. Though hopefully you're not going to be one of those that will tease me, all because I have feelings for Zephyr.
Oh no. I don't see the point in that. Besides, remember, I don't have the capacity to love. I can feel attachments, but I cannot feel those type of romantic feelings. So I don't feel like it's my right to try and pick on you for something that I can't necessarily relate to myself.
Well, in a way, unable to relate, yet you cannot control. But either way, as long as you still have that attachment with me in the end, correct?
Of course. I can make friendships. I cannot make romance.
So that means if anybody ever tries to have romantic attachments towards you, and if you're not interested and they don't listen, you're free to devour them if you need to.
Exactly, and it wouldn't be too hard.
Mm-hmm. Well, in worst case scenario, I can kill them for you.
Oh, he's so sweet.
I know I may seem like a different woman, but I still have my capacities of fighting and killing when needed.
I know. I can tell. I can smell it off of you. The smell of iron is very, very hard to take off.
Yes, but at least on the bright side with this body here, at least I have some immunity to fire too, so if they try burning me and if I smell like barbecue, it's because someone tried to burn me alive and they failed.
Ah, barbecue. 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 Sorry. Every time I think of barbecue, I just remember that toddlers taste like buffalo chicken.
To each their own.
Mostly Mobian toddlers. Then again, it could have just been that I ate the cow one, so that could have been why. That woman's still looking for her child. Little does she know that he is calm. Bye-bye, little Timmy.
Oh dear. Well, I've noticed that the clock's saying it's already morning. Best that at least I head back to that cafe there so I can explain to the manager that I'm awake and I'm still alive. And sorry for falling asleep on the computer. Still not trying to get used to all technological stuff.
Ah, well, if you need to go, that's okay. I have your way out, right here.
There we go. And I'll be sure to let you know it when I do find Zephyr and the results for you know what.
Alright. Go have fun. Don't cause too much chaos without me.
And try not to cause too much chaos either. Unless of course you can bury it up and make it look like people are going crazy.
I can't promise that. You know how I am. I like to hunt.
I know. But I know you're responsible for cleaning yourself up too.
Of course. That's how I am. Toodaloo.
Farewell, Lunar.